You gotta know it.
All right, you're live.
I call the meeting to order and begin with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First item is approval of the agenda. Is there any changes, modifications?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the agenda as presented. All those in favor?
Aye.
Oh, there is no public comments because it's a special meeting.
No public comment. We don't have the minutes either, Chris.
Okay,
So let's skip over that because they weren't in our group.
okay, we'll put that on the January.
Steve Howe, Phase 2. Him or Alvin or whoever.
Alvin knows a whole lot more about it.
Don't ever admit that, Steve.
It's true.
You'll get Alvin big head.
Yeah. We'll start charging a consulting fee then if he shows up. That's always the
I
risk.
just need your approval on this. You got a copy of that from last time, or you need a copy of that? $999,710.20. That's our share.
I think what we were waiting for was the financing to be in order. And
all
I
done.
think,
And she's got
Yep.
checks.
okay, so
All three of them.
now we're good as far as that. You got it in place to,
Yes,
Pay for it. okay. And the bids that came in, the bids were competitive, my understanding, and that's the portion of the match from the county that's being paid by the port, correct?
The 20% match is 999.
Right.
Yes, that's the part that the port and actually got in a local agreement. The local governments were responsible portions of that lie within their jurisdictions and work was being done. Hotel City's paid. That's the 200, whatever the check you got, Hotel City, that was their portion of it then. And so that is the two of them.
Together makes up the match.
did we
Okay.
get that check already, Alvin?
Yeah, you should have that.
Where do you put those funds?
We have a river road fund.
Okay, because I know it was running in the red coming into this. I remember looking at that once, and I think there was,
Well, that was a different.
That was a different
that was
project, yeah,
different. Well, that's the engine for the engineering.
yeah.
right,
So this is all upfront payment for the construction.
construction end of it.
And there's one for the utilities.
31,000.
So those three are what you're approving today are two street checks. One for the utilities and one for the construction. So those two checks there are two payments to PennDOT. And then for there's an amount that's owed Perry County by the Port Authority for
70.
the design work that was done.
So is that still outstanding?
That's still outstanding, isn't it?
The check was approved at the last board meeting, so if you don't have it, you should be
Okay.
getting it.
So that should take us.
Okay,
out
and then
of
so,
that.
so in other words, this funds will be deposited into the county and then sent to IDOT.
Yes.
Right.
Those.
For this, and then they'll-
All the funds today.
Yeah, I just gotta check and see. I don't know if we have the check from the city yet.
Yeah, you should have it. It's made out of Perry County unless the Jared,
There were only two checks Jared gave me, one for 31 and one for the 9999. Let me go check on that.
one for,
What'd you say, Alvin?
one for 9999?
Yeah.
That's, you're correct then. Okay, so he did do it. All right, when he explained it to me, I thought you got the one from Tell City too. Well, he did cash one from Tell City, he combined them.
To the 9999, because I was like, all I've got's the 9999.
That's true.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
No, we're good. So then I'll do the utilities, which was the 31, and then the total amount to NDOT, which is Tell City's portion and the county is the $999.
That's correct.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
Yeah, you should have 2 invoices from NDOT
Dot.
for those amounts. So,
And then they'll sign the contracts.
Steve, you said that was how much?
999,710.20.
What is this on here for 949,782?
That's the claim docket.
Okay,
Yeah.
Randy, on signing the contracts, those will be signed separately between.
Right.
Between NDOT and.
And the
contracts are
contractor,
signed Between NDOT and contractor.
and we need to have these funds
These
To the
are
state.
either them, but-
prior to this signing.
or signed.
So we need to get those deposited and
The
the
money's
check.
already deposited.
Okay,
okay.
and then the check to the state.
Wire to them that way.
Right.
Okay.
So just so you get it, that way you don't hold up the process.
Okay.
And then do you have a specific, any kind of attachment that needs to be with that? Are you gonna wire it?
They sent wiring instructions.
I think we've got
Okay.
wiring instructions
All
right
right.
here, so I'll
Okay,
get.
just so it
some of
gets
that.
applied to the right project, so they
I'll
don't
get
come
with
up and go,
Amanda.
which one is this all
Yeah.
about? Then they have questions, so.
Is there something else I'm supposed to have for them to sign?
I don't know, just need their approval.
Just approval.
Yeah.
There's nothing signed, okay.
Any questions?
Time frame, Alvin, was that 25 or 26 was going to be completed?
According to the schedule that EMDs gave me, they will be completed in 25, in fall,
Mm.
October 25. Now,
When did this-
They've got until June the 26th by
When you start on this 2020?
Yeah.
I remember that, and man, that's a long time off. It went pretty quick.
The older you get, the quicker it
I
goes.
think it does, yes.
Becky, I see what you're saying. I'm sorry. That amount I was writing down by the AP claim.
Okay,
Sorry.
that's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
It was one saying one, and I said
Yep.
something here, and,
It's
Sorry.
under River Road and it shouldn't be there.
okay.
No other questions? I'd entertain a motion to approve the River Road Phase 2 project as presented.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussions? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
I'd
Merry
also
Christmas.
like to say before I've got stuff to do, but I'd like to thank Randy Cleary for all his cooperation. He's been a good friend to the highway department all these years. Just about always supported us, and we're gonna miss you.
Well, thanks, Steve, and there's a lot to this job I'm gonna miss also. So, and highway's one of them, and the rest of the county also, so appreciate it, so.
I say, so thanks to commissioners for so you didn't start it, but you already did. But
He's just been here forever.
but it should be a heck of a benefit. You know, it really doesn't help the county a whole lot as far as that, but it's a heck of a benefit for the port and the city of Tell City. Or it's going to get the trucks out downtown and get where they ought to be out. Or we're going to get directly to Station 66. So it should help for growth of the port, because we've had conversations with different people. You call back and ask whether we got the road cleared yet. So, no, not yet. And now, in the next year, we say yes, it is complete.
It'd be good for progress.
Thanks for all of helping. Have a good retirement.
Yeah.
We've been through this whole thing. Getting dream and getting it done now, so.
Anytime, Alvin, we can improve the infrastructure of our county, no matter if it's county buildings or the port, it helps all of the county. So, and we couldn't have did that as commissioners without support behind us and you also, Alvin, so. Because you're kind of the brains of the operation, so.
He's not gonna touch that one. That is the case. I mean, if it provides new opportunities for the port to potentially pick additional business up and opportunities, it's a good thing. It's,
Yeah.
And it's gonna make it look much more professional, rather than a gravel road.
Yeah.
Coming in and out, so.
And it's going, For those who like to walk, it's going to be a nice, safe place to walk.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You don't have to walk State Road 66. Just as you can.
Okay. Thanks, Alan.
Thank you, Alan.
Alvin, I'll get this taken care of, with the treasurer today or Thursday,
Okay. All right.
because it needs to be paid out by the end of the year.
The sooner you get word up there, you know, they're going to have delays too. The sooner they'll-
I'm not sure if she's here today. I haven't seen her yet this morning, but if she's not here, we'll get it done. We'll get it done as soon as possible.
45 days.
Huh?
You said something about need to be paid
45 days.
Yeah.
45 days from when?
When it was-
But when the letting date was, so that
We're good? Okay.
we're
Okay.
Sooner the better with the state.
Yeah. I can't wire, only the treasurer
Yeah.
can, so I don't
And
see.
Christmas presents some challenges.
Yeah, I'm not
here
sure what her
between now and the
schedule
end of the year.
is. So we'll get it done.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Next item up is the claim docket for 12/23/2024.
And I wanted to, thank
Did you
you.
adjust that?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I adjusted
For this
for
amount?
the boundary, but are you taking this off? Or you want me just to change it to the 61?
I thought you were going to carry that into
Carry it.
25.
So we got to subtract that off.
There we go.
So let's do that. So we're gonna carry that, so 949,782.83 minus 5377.25 equals, there you go, that should be about.
Okay, we're looking for approval of claim docket in the amount of $944,405.58. That's got a couple adjustments in there that will be taken care of, if they haven't already.
Yeah, okay.
Was that a motion, Becky?
Yes.
I'll second that motion.
Have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
County supply bid opening.
3 of those right there.
This is the fuel, correct?
We didn't
Probably
open any
rock.
of them, so we'll have all
Okay.
of them.
So,
I seen, Chris, where you had said that it cost so much to put that in there. And then when I got to looking, and they had a whole article on it. Did
Well-
you see that?
Well, do you remember Tuesday,
Yeah.
that last minute one?
Yeah.
Oh, you talked about the fuel, sorry, I was thinking
Yeah,
about
did
the
you see
solid
that?
waste. Yeah,
They had a whole article on it. Because I was looking for it, and I thought, well, that ain't in here. And I went to the back page, and it
the solid waste one, yeah.
had a whole article on it, and I went, holy moly. That's a little ridiculous for that posting in the paper, the cost.
so, is this from Synergy?
Synergy.
Yeah, that's the off-road for, isn't that for Steve out there?
Probably off-road diesel.
Yeah.
Yeah. On-road and off-road.
Yeah.
The firm price is, this is for on-road, $2.72.31. $2.72 and 31 hundredths. And the flex price is $2.66.667. What we've always done before, the firm price, they lock it, where'd he go? They
He said
lock
he
it
had
in
this.
for, I think, 15,000 gallons. If that's still the case. Or the flex price,
One of them's locked in, isn't it?
well,
Furnace.
for a certain amount.
Mm-hmm.
And it's at the time of, that we actually approve it. Because I always remember, he has to call them
Mm-hmm.
that day.
That day, yes.
That we approve it, and then they will give him whatever the firm price is for that day. And it used to be, I don't see it on here, 15,000 gallons. Then if we go above that, I guess it goes to the flex price. But then the other side is a premium off-road. $2.72.81, and the flex price is $2.67.2. Wonder why it's higher than the on-road.
Don't know, comes right off the top.
And then it says right here, they add 2 cents for winter formulation.
That's probably why.
Yeah, but that would be added to either one of them. Then it's all delivered to county garage.
We more or less, most of the time took Steve's recommendation.
Yeah, I know he cut out on us.
Here, you may call him real quick.
Yes, please.
He probably ain't got far.
Basically, what we're looking at is 6 cents, a little less than 6 cents difference between the firm and the flex.
But when you talk 6 cents, I mean, you know, as much as they're using, and how many gallons?
I think I don't see a quantity on here, but normally what they bid is 15,000.
I didn't bring my paperwork with me on that, but
Well, the big thing is, it's kind of like a crystal ball. What do you think fuel's gonna do?
We do that every year.
$4 tomorrow.
He said, I forgot all about that. I'm just gonna turn around. I'll be right back.
We can open the other ones, can't we?
Yeah, we can go on through this.
Yeah.
And then he has down in item 5 and 6, they're bidding on this, discount of 6 cents from the posted retail price for Tell City Food and Fuel, which is 9760 Indiana 66.
Yeah, it's that
But
one.
this would require a setup with a Voyager credit cards. So while we're doing that, we're gonna stay on fuel while he's coming back.
This is from CNS.
This is CNS. I never looked to see if this has a bond in it.
With what?
A bond. Yep, there it is.
There's your bond, ain't it?
Mm-hmm. I'm looking for the price. This is from CNS, and it's item 5, which is 30,000 gallons plus or minus. And it's Circle S Mark 10, 30, 82, and 39, which is Main and Payne, William Tell, 12th and Tell, and the one Michael's Market out at Apollo.
36, yeah.
And it's a 7 cent discount.
Ooh. Damn.
And there's whatever, I don't think there's a requirement for a credit card.
They've never had one before, have they?
Nope.
Not that I know of.
So isn't that more than normal? Remember I get 5?
It's a new year, it's a new bid.
Yeah, 7 cent discount.
So while we're waiting on,
Be 3, wasn't it?
You were 5 this year.
Well, 5, was it 5? Okay.
Now it's went to 7 and I'm not saying nothing.
so I'm gonna open up Molzer's here, or Rock.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Let me kind of run through these. Size 5373 at the at the Temple Tower Quarry is $12.60. The Tell City Yard is $24.75. 2s, 5s, and 7s at the Temple Quarry are $15.10, and at the Tell City Yard, $26.95. Size 8 and 23s, Temple Tower Quarry, $15.10 or $28.05 at the Yard, Tell City. Size 9s, Temple Tower Quarry, $16.60, Tell City Yard, $29.85. Size 11s, Temple Tower Quarry, $16.40, Tell City Yard, $31.75. Size 11 capstones, Temple Tower Quarry, $17.35, Tell City Yard, $30.10. Size 12s, Temple Tower Quarry, $18.25, Tell City Yard, $33.10. Rip Wrap, Temple Tower Quarry, $16.25, Tell City Yard, $32.15. And 92s, Temple Tower Quarry, $10.10, Tell City Yard, $22.95. Horse pea gravel at Tell City Yard, $31.65. Okay. Then we've got a group of these things can be stockpiled in different townships. There's a little variance depending on where he puts them at. I'm not going to read through all of these for every township. But they are the only one that submitted a bid for aggregate. So Steve, on the Molzer one, we only have one bid. So I think that's probably a given. We accept it as presented. So let's get that off the table if everybody's okay with it.
I'll make a motion to approve the rock bid from Mulzer's.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussions on accepting the price of aggregate from Mulzer Crushed Stone? All those in favor?
Aye.
That one's okay. Now, the next item up, Steve, is we have two bids on fuel. Let's get into the first one. It's on the firm and the flex price. And I don't know why,
And it's from Synergy.
yes.
This one here is from Synergy.
You were with Synergy last year too, right, with the off-road? With yours out there?
Several years.
My biggest question is why the off-road is slightly higher than the on-road.
Well, I don't know.
Is that the additive that they put in it for wintertime?
Well, they put in both of them.
The additives are 2 cents they've got down here, but
When I called Thursday, or Wednesday, whenever it was, the firm price was $268.2, and the flex price was $261.4. And the way they do this is when you guys accept them, I call them that day.
whatever the day is, and you lock it in.
It changes every day,
Yeah.
the fuel prices does.
On this bid here, it's only slightly, but on-road firm is $2.7231, and off-road is $2.7281. So it's a half a cent difference.
Yeah, when I called, the off-road was 2.61, the on-road was 2.68.
So it
So in
could
other,
So,
be, it could be even cheaper than this, correct?
yeah, it's,
but I mean, in your case though, the on-road was higher than the off-road. What the prices they gave you slightly, fraction.
No, your off-road
off-road was
was.
261 and the on-road was 268.
Yeah.
Nickel more for the on-road.
In this case, the on-road is less money than the off-road.
I don't know why that. I know the price changes.
I don't either.
But on that price on that bid there, it's really out the door because you
Yeah,
gotta get the one.
Yeah, it's,
You gotta get the
Yeah.
one for that day.
right, it's just basically what it is today when they filled this out.
So we won't know until you call.
Right.
The question is, I think we're looking at a nickel.
Yeah.
One way locking it in versus not. And this is for 15,000 gallons, is that what you bid?
I think it is, yeah.
I think the big question is if we want flex or if we want go with the bid for the year, right?
What is it, $75?
We've always took the
15,000.
fixed price, but according to what you see on TV, they
Supposed to go
think
down.
gas is going, fuel's gonna come down.
$750.
You never know. That's the thing
If
about
we
it.
take the firm price, we know what
Yep.
we're gonna pay.
The only issue is, and Randy, you're aware of it too, because there's, depending on later in the year, where's it gonna be at?
Yeah. Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean, right now, if it looks like it's gonna go down, good. But if later in the year something happens,
We don't want to make up for that.
you know, we're on a world market. Something can happen throughout the world and just,
Yeah.
we can have $1 on top of that. Then we can be $1 cheaper too. I mean, we're rolling the dice on this one, so.
I like the firm price myself because we know what we're
You'll,
going.
it's better for your budget also.
And it's really not bad for fuel.
No.
I mean, compared to what we've seen.
No.
Yeah.
But then you have one from CMS.
this is just, let's do the fuel first.
Is that sort of what you put in your budget, somewhere around that number for next year? Okay.
What do you wanna do? You wanna go with the firm? With the 15,000? If we go over, then we pay market price, right?
No, it's in our contract that they have to sell it to us for that price
All year long.
all year long.
Even if you go over the 15,000?
Because it says 15,000 more or less on the contract.
Yep. M&S will
Then we
let,
run into that 2 years ago, in December, November, they raised the price, and Maryland called them and said, you can't do that, it says more or less, so they adjusted it back to where it's supposed to be.
okay.
Okay.
Well, that's pretty well no-brainer there on that. Just stay with the fixed.
I think fixed price, I'm like.
Okay.
Because things can happen.
It's just kind of scary to go with the flex and then it could go way up. It could go to
Yeah, you know what it's
$4,
gonna do.
you know.
All right, I'd entertain a motion to approve Synergy's offer for on and off road diesel for the firm price, which Steve will find out once he calls him.
Yeah.
For 2025.
You'll make that call probably today and then it'll be locked in today.
Garage.
Okay.
And let us know.
Call me with those numbers so then I can put them in the approval letter. Or
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make that motion, Randy.
I second.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussions? All those in favor?
All right.
Next thing we have is two prices for gasoline. And it is from Synergy, a 6-cent discount from the retail price, and it's available. The only thing is at the Tell City Food and Fuel, which is at 9780 Indiana 66 in Tell City. It says this requires setup with Voyager credit cards. And we have a offer from CNS Incorporated for a 7-cent discount on fuel. And it is at stations on Main and Payne, Highway 66 William Tell, 12th and Tell, and Highway 37 Apollonia Road. So,
And how many gallons? 30,000, right? 30,000 gallons?
this here says right here, 15,000 plus or minus for 6. Let's see what 5 does. Five says 30,000. That's the county police vehicles. Is 5. 6 must be yours, Steve. Now, let's see what 6
Would
is.
that be?
We don't have a bid on our gas.
Six must be the county.
County owned vehicles may fuel, so I guess others outside of the police department.
Yeah, we'd like to, well,
What about the ambulances?
a lot of times they'll get the same one, but they have to go through CNS themselves, I think.
We don't pay that directly. That's, they bill us and that monthly on the profit loss
Okay.
on
Two.
EMS.
County vehicles would be like the rescue and what county vehicles we did do, all, you know.
Whatever,
Corners and
probably the
all that.
corner.
Yeah. Probably the
Okay.
Parks and Rec, probably.
Yeah, Parks and Rec.
For convenience, I would think we better stay with Circle S because of the locations, especially Michael's Market for the deputies out north.
Yes.
So,
And it is a 7,
7 cents versus 6 cents. And this one requires a credit card. They don't require a credit card. So, CNS.
I make a motion, we stay with CNS.
I'll second that motion.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussions? Hearing none, all those in favor with maintaining the relationship with CNS for the 7-cent discount by vote of aye.
All right.
Aye.
Myself mixed up. Aye. 3-0. Next item up is Glenn's Cleaning Service. And this is what we had the last time. And what this is the same price as what they did this year, right? And this is for just the same amount of cleaning they did this year, which is, it's the courthouse, the Army Annex, and the South Annex. What I see here.
Did you put something in there about they didn't have waxing or you?
Yes, so in the budget, we've never budgeted for the waxing, so it's always been off because they typically do that. And so then we run out of funding at the end of the year, so then we hold it and pay part of the previous year and the next coming year. So I added the waxing in there and we budgeted it properly, and we didn't do waxing this year in 2024. So
And it's
it's all good,
set.
yeah. And the prosecutor's office is gonna stay with the same plan that they have for 2025.
Okay.
That, as far as, they have an employee that does their cleaning once a week. And then, if they want to change that in 2026, they can. And then, as far as, the sheriff's office,
Yeah, the lobby
everything's
and stuff.
budgeted as it is right now in 2025. So if you want to change it next year in 2026, then we can look at combining the contracts. Because the budget's already been done and the council doesn't want to change anything within that budget. So,
Who does that now, Alan, for you? They do?
They just have a separate contract,
Okay.
so. Any other discussion?
And how much is that?
Let's see,
it's $2,500 a month.
pay the contractor $30,000 per year.
Yep.
Or $2,500 per month.
Yep.
And then the annual floor waxing in the amount of $4,691.
How often do they do that? Do you know?
The waxing,
Mm-hmm.
once a year.
Once a year.
Typically, like I said, we didn't do it this year
Okay.
to try and get back on our budget track.
All right, I make a motion.
We have a
I'll
motion.
second that motion.
We have a motion and a second to accept the Glenn's cleaning contract as presented. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Next meeting?
I did
Thursday.
not put your 30th meeting on there, so.
Yeah, the next meeting actually is the 30th
Mhm.
at 9 a.m.
And
And then the next meeting after that is January 2nd.
you want to reiterate for
And
people as far as board appointments,
Yes.
because we're not getting a whole lot.
what we will do at the January meeting is when we do our organizational meeting and make our board appointments.
So
So,
that's January the 2nd at 6?
Yeah.
No, if I can make that.
my
6
preference
o'clock.
would be at 9.
I can't make
You
it.
can change it if you want.
I
I'm
can't
good
make
for
it at
that.
6 because I'll be out of town.
We have plenty of time to advertise.
That's the
If you want to
second.
change it to 9, the council's doing 4.
Let's do 9.
Thursday.
9 in the morning?
9 a.m. That way we stay.
Yeah, that's on a Thursday. No, I'll be out.
So
Somebody can go ask me, Randy?
No.
No.
You can come, you sit out there.
So we have our next meeting, December the 30th at 9 a.m., which is a Monday. And then the following meeting after that is January the 2nd at 9 a.m.
When
So-
is the swearing in?
January
30th.
2nd at 8. So you'll have plugged it, you'll still,
No,
right?
we're swearing in on the.
You're doing, some of you are doing the 30th.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Hard to keep up with that.
anyone that has an interest in sending in a request to be appointed to a board, please do. The cutoff is the 27th at 4 p.m. If you'll get them in, we'd appreciate you
Very much so.
entertaining serving on one of those committees. So, with that said, I'd ask for a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion.
I'll second that motion.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, let me get all these. The 30th.